Okay, we walked in the front door. As I hear you know, the entry opens right into the dining room, which makes it feel even smaller to me, but for a small table for four, it would be fine. And there's the dining room light, and it looks into the kitchen. And you go down this passage to the kitchen, which is sort of in the middle of the floor. All the appliances are white. There's this very funky farm animal border at the backsplash. The appliances look pretty new, even though they're white, and they seem to be in very good shape. The sink is built-in integral sink, so it's not a separate thing from the countertop, for whatever that's worth. The kitchen bar rail is completely open. Didn't look that way in the pictures to me. There we are, looking back through the kitchen to the dining room. Now the great room here on this level, or the living room, is pretty nice. It's got a lot of sun. It's bigger than it looks in some of the pictures. The upstairs hall encroaches on the space and it makes it look smaller than it is. On top of the just under the high windows, that little soffit there are banks of about 3 deep fluorescent tube lights, 2 or 3 sets of them up there. The fireplace is nice because it has at least the impression of a chimney. It's got a place for a picture above it. It's got shelves over by the slider. I'm sorry to say that the little terrace is not as large as it looks in the pictures. In fact, if you've been at the other house, we think the only difference is this one is more oblong and the other one's square, but they're really about the same size. The tile on the fireplace is kind of funky, but I'm guessing you don't care about that as much as I would. There's room on the other side of the fireplace to have cabinets and shelves like on the other side, except that's obviously the place for the 50-inch TV, and then there's an air return down below here too. But just to the left of that is the place to hook up the TV, and then the thermostat's on this wall. We noticed that the stair to the basement is exceptionally wide, and think that as well as the upstairs run would be really good for putting in an elevator chair for Tim. The master bedroom right behind the living room here and just opposite the stairs is an okay size room, but it's not huge. It's big enough for a king size bed and a dresser and maybe a chair, but that's about all. It's got a ceiling fan. In both units there's this funky ceiling treatment, sort of like a cove ceiling, but it's only the depth of a bit of molding. The window is halfway on the small terrace. It's not tiny, but it's just not as big as it looks on the pictures, that's for sure. In the master bathroom, the cabinetry is the same very light wood that's in the kitchen and the other bathrooms and the laundry room, etc. Again, you've got integral sinks that are just part of the countertop, very white fixtures. Even the towel hangers are white. This shower is really funky. It's got a bit of wall on the outside side of it, and that's where all the plumbing controls and the shower head are. And as you can see, there's actually a window on each side of it into the tub area. The tub looks like it would be larger, but it's a little bigger than a normal tub. It's obviously deeper, but it's not as large, it's not as wide as my soaking tub, for what that's worth. Here's the wildest thing about it, and if this didn't keep you on the treadmill, nothing would. Over the bathtub is a wall-sized mirror. The toilet is in a little closet to the left, just past the sinks and all. Here's the master closet. It's not gigantic, but it's got good shelving on both sides. It actually goes back a little further than you guess on the far side here. And then there's more shelving, as you can see, where the wall comes back out. There's that doors to the toilet room. And then you're back out into the rest of the bathroom in the master bedroom. So it's not a huge room, but it's, you know, there it is. Now we're going to go downstairs. Again, it seems like an unusually wide stair for a basement. Unlike the stair going up, this one makes a turn at the bottom, but the landing is quite large. It turns, it goes down a step, it turns, it goes down another step, and then you have a very large space downstairs. And one of the first things Sheila noticed is that if you look out the windows, it's not entirely below grade. So you've got a nice long wall over here that's got lots of cabling for TVs and technology and stuff already set up. There's a double window here. The wall bumps in a little bit, and then you've got another at least room worth of space over this direction. Another not quite entirely below grade window. And then on this side, kind of under and behind the stairs, is a shelved pantry on the right. I took a picture of it that you'll see. And then here's the craft room, which is a very strangely shaped room, but it has a lot of interesting built-ins. On this side, there's a counter, 3 large drawers, and 2 large cabinets on each side. This door here just covers the mechanical stuff. There's a door on the right which is under the stairs, and it's just some storage, obviously limited by the stairs. The electrical box is next to that. And then there's this interesting Home Director Network Connection Center by IBM. We don't quite know what that is, and we couldn't get into it, so we didn't press it. That's a sump, not a sump pump, that's a radon abatement system behind the door at the end of this space. And then there's another niche on this end, which has more built-ins. There are these enormously wide drawers, the kind of drawers you'd expect to see in an antique shop that sold old prints or something. And Sheila noticed that here there's a place to get your legs under the counter if you had a stool there or something. Same height as the other counter, and then over that is what appears to be the main water turnoff. There's pot lights all over the place downstairs. A little higher ceiling here as you come in, but most of this area has pot lights. Same thing out here in the main part of the room. The vents, of course, are in the ceiling. A lot of pot lights, so I expect the light's pretty good down here. We guessed when Chris was down here, because he's about 6 feet, that the ceilings must be 8 feet down here. They look like they're probably about the same as most of my house. Oh, there must be some kind of built-in sound system here, because on this side of the room there are 3 rather large ceiling-mounted speakers. So this would be the side of the room where you could put a large TV if you had one. Now I'm going back upstairs to the main level and on up to the upper level. Oh, hang on. We're going to take a detour to the deck because they're all out there, and with people on it, you'll get some sense of how
it's actually really
big it is.
If you like come around the corner, it's very wide.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, it gets wider over in this corner, so it's a little bigger than it seemed, but still not as big as it looked in the pictures.
That's the laundry room and the garage.
Okay. Front door, coat closet. If you're coming in the house, to the right is a powder room. A good size. Got a couple of glass shelves built in. course, high ceilings on this level, must be 9 feet at least. And then the laundry room, which has cabinetry all the way across. Room for the big washer and dryer like I believe you have. And then to the right of that, a very generous sized laundry sink. Bigger sink, deeper sink, cheaper taps as you can see. There's a plug just over it, and there's also a phone jack. You know there's not much space on that side of the sink. And there's space down below here. And then this door at the end, of course, goes into the garage. Here's the garage. I think what Gary would enjoy most about the garage is there's a lot of built-in storage here. Again, white. They don't like dark colors apparently in this family. If you're looking into the garage, to the left of the door into the house, there's 4 cabinet doors up above, 4 shelves below that. On the other side, there's sort of a little cabinet, and then cabinetry above that, lots of drawers, 2 of those really big drawers on this side. And then on the right wall of the garage, 2 really deep shelves that must be close to 2 feet deep, it looks like. Okay, now we'll go back in and upstairs. Obviously the stairs are the same width as the ones to the basement, but they still impressed us as being wide. You may have also noticed there's a straight shot up, so if you were going to put an elevator chair thing on the stairs for Tim, this would work well. Sheila thought this bathroom would work well for him because it's got a step-in shower, toilet, lots of counter space and drawers, mirror, lights above. And then if you come up the stairs, to the left of the top of the stairs is the loft area. With the dormer, the thing I noticed about this is the half wall on this side of it that makes it a loft opens down into the living room. You can see the big windows and the fake plants. I wonder how you'd feel about that. It's a little reminiscent of the noisy upstairs arrangement on Teal. Right, if you keep going straight on from the top of the stairs, you go into a bedroom, which might be Tim's. And it has a big double window and a big double closet. Let's see how deep it is. Standard width, standard depth, it looks like to me. Sorry, I almost dropped the camera. I just noticed there are also speakers in the sloped ceiling up here in the loft. So on each side of the dormer window, you have speakers up there too. Lots of room for things electrical. There's a plug on every wall at least. Over here in the dormer window, there's a TV connection as well. So they must see you putting a TV there. There's a plug in the corner on the far wall, and then on the opposite end of that wall, there's what looks like a lot of technology connections. And another plug right next to that. And here we are looking down into the main living room. And here I'll pan so you can see. It's bigger than it looks in the pictures, I'm happy to say. And that's it. Hope that's enough information. Bye-bye.